Hi, Esther. This is Professor Quimby, just talking with you a little bit about your paper. I'm giving you feedback on your paper here. Anywhere you see a blue balloon, that is some corrections that I have written about. And if you go over to this area, you can click on it and they'll tell you exactly what needs to be done. Under the leadership and career paper on your title page, that is correctly formatted. Leadership and career is capitalized, but you are missing the words running, head, and then a colon before that to make this title page complete. Other than that, you've done a great job on that. Looking into your introduction, you're talking here about leadership grid. And make sure that when you use terminology from assessments and tests, make sure you share a little bit about it. The introduction is a place to catch the reader's attention, and things that will keep the reader from becoming engaged will be just you coming in real quickly with some term that they're not familiar with. So always make sure that you keep the reader in mind. In this area, I've marked this because in college and graduate level writing, you do not want to use, you want to avoid contractions. As I read this, the last sentence of each introduction is supposed to be the thesis. This creates a bond of trust between us because I show concern and keep my word. It's really not a roadmap for you to go on for the rest of the paper. A thesis is supposed to let you know what the paper is all about, and this is really not a strong thesis at all. So over in the comment section, I have talked more about how to build a proper thesis that will work for you. You want the thesis to be the guiding light for the whole paper, as I said. And down here I marked an in-text citation that was incorrect. Always have for in-text quotes in their citations, you'll need to make sure you have the author, the date, and either a page or a paragraph number. You would need great leadership skills to fill this position. You're talking about a position that you want to personally get involved in. And I put on this just something for you to think about. You're talking about it more positively than possibilities. So I thought a great way to look at that would be say you need great leadership skills to fill this position effectively. And I possess those skills. This is something that you want to address. And then I marked out a few. You really don't need those two words on there. And these are all things that you can see in tutor.com. They would go through and mark these the same. So you might want to, before you submit papers, make sure that you go to our Canvas tutor.com. And then down here, it talks about, you're talking about a past employer, somebody that you've seen, said she wasn't fair in the distribution of the work among the employees. That is more of a subjective view rather than a view with evidence. Only write, when you're doing something, a paper like this, only write what you've evidenced, what you've seen, and what you've experienced. The same thing. And those she didn't like were given the bulk. Do you have any proof of that? You always just want to make sure that you're saying true things about real life experiences. Another manager was at a grocery store where I worked. She was not a people person. How did you know that? What were the signs of that? A better approach of this would be I personally witnessed signs of inconsideration for the customers. So those are some better ideas for writing. So I've written all that out, read those. And then the conclusion is very abrupt, so you'll need to take care of that. And the introduction and the conclusion are two of the most important places in the paper. So make sure you take a look at them. How can you build on that with quotes or something like that? Overall, good start. Make sure you take care of it. Read my notes, and you can resubmit your paper. Bye.